Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Kat Timpf Show. This is, we've got Ben Kissel here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Kat.
For the Golden Showers episode of the Kat Timpf Show. We're drinking Yellowtail Pinot Grigio.
I thought it was the Golden Globes that just happened. I guess it's all different now.
The thing about that, the whole golden shower thing, is it's not true.
Well, you're referring to the Trump article that BuzzFeed published. I use quotations when I say published when it comes to BuzzFeed. It's a 4chan prank.
Yeah.
That's all that it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm so sure. Everybody knows these rooms are bugged. And he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a bunch of prostitutes to pee everywhere because I hate Barack and Michelle because they used to sleep on this bed. And
we follow politics. We love politics.
Right.
As a statement, though, of power, I don't think there's much better than getting a couple of prostitutes to urinate on a bed that a previous president sat on or slept on.
Is it really, though? Because it's not like it's their bed. It's not like they have to sleep on it again. I feel like
that's true.
If you want to get the prostitutes to pee on something and you get prostitutes to pee on someone's current bed.
Oh, that would be a good point, but then you have to sneak him through the window. I mean,
it's harder.
It might be more difficult.
Absolutely. I mean, do you watch the news conference today with Trump?
I didn't see the news conference. No, I watched a lot of the Jeff Sessions hearing yesterday because I love being bored, and I'm a sadist, and every single thing that I watch on television makes me want to shoot myself in the head. I continued that tradition while watching Jeff Sessions for 3 hours.
He was told Acosta that CNN tried to ask him a question. He said, "Nope, you're fake news."
CNN?
He said, "No, you're fake news," and he wouldn't take a question from it. It was complete circus. But people love the circus.
Absolutely. So Trump said CNN was fake news.
Yeah, and he wouldn't take a question from him.
Interesting. Well, I mean, what's the truth and what isn't the truth? We're all living in a world of post-facts, so who knows?
Absolutely. The fact that, how do you think Obama feels that it was his farewell speech? But everyone's just going to remember it as pee night.
Yeah, that's true. Trump, he stole the news cycle again.
Yeah. I mean, no, Kollege, did you watch it? Did you see any of it?
No.
Yeah, I think so. But I feel like the only reason that anybody who watched it was because they were waiting to see if Trump would, or if Obama would say something about the pee.
Well, I don't think Obama had it on his mind. No, it wasn't on one of the teleprompters, so he didn't say it. That's for certain. No, it was ridiculous. I mean, the whole speech, I thought there was some good moments, but let's not pretend as if these past 8 years have been absolutely remarkable and without their own flaws,
Yeah, he brought in Trump, I guess. If you followed by Trump, I feel like you maybe did something wrong.
Yes, but he was nice, though. I mean, and then he hugged a bunch of babies at the end. Barack Obama did. He did look like he was about to eat a few of them, which is always kind of horrifying. I don't understand why people would ever give their child to a politician. They're a nefarious bunch of individuals, and at no point would I trust my kids to be in the arms of somebody who wants to be the leader of the free world. I mean, by definition, they're sociopaths.
Absolutely. Speaking of eating, it's a great way to eat is using Blue Apron. It is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Its mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everybody. And it does this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. It's got established partnerships with 150 local farms, fisheries, ranchers, United States. So you're not just eating good food, you're doing good stuff for the local people, which we're all about in this country. And also cooking together, it builds strong family bonds, like you and your fam, you and your boy, if you and your girl. If you cook together, you stay together. And it shows that Blue Apron families, they cook nearly 3 times more often because they have the Blue Apron, and it's easier with the Blue Apron. And we've got some pretty dope upcoming meals. We've got seared pork chops with farro and cranberry chutney, spaghetti squash and marinara with mushrooms and garlic knots, spicy shrimp and Korean rice cakes with cabbage and furikake. I don't know.
Furikake?
I don't know how to. It sounds really delicious. It's all really delicious food. But really fresh, high quality ingredients. That really makes a difference. It's affordable too, less than $10 per person per meal. A lot of variety, step-by-step instructions. Anyone can do it. So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free with free shipping too. Free meals, free shipping by going to blueapron.com/kat, K-A-T as in me. You'll love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/KAT as in me. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. You sold?
They got Purkaki.
You and Brooke gonna cook some Blue Apron together? Your
Absolutely.
girlfriend?
I will cook a whole series of different Blue Apron things, and the nice thing is when you read those, I can pour your wine, and you can't stop me from doing it.
I have a column. I have a column
Yes.
to finish after this. It's mostly done. I have like the last paragraph. I have to do some things, but I had to rush over here, so couldn't do it. And every time I pull you're just pouring into my glass.
I'm pouring it in. Yeah,
That's absolutely absurd.
It's not bad. But yes, Katherine, you're doing absolutely wonderful. I'm excited to read your column that you're working on.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yes, I loved your article recently. It was I forget what it was about, but I read it and I loved it.
The one what about the Ryan Gosling thanking his wife?
Oh, people are upset with Ryan
really
Gosling.
upset.
We can talk about the Golden Globes a little bit if you'd like.
You want to talk about? They were very boring.
Well, I mean, they were all intoxicated. I thought overall the production value was extremely low, but everyone got into fights. Everyone was fighting over the Golden Globes. Although, I did think it was interesting. Meryl Streep, she went on. She talked about Donald Trump making fun of the disabled reporter, and we did say that was rude of Donald Trump to do. But then she took a strange pivot, and she started dissing on football and the MMA, and I thought that was totally out of line because, they credit themselves with being so open-minded and liberal. Sports have been one of the great equalizers and on the forefront of civil rights in this entire nation's history, for a very long time. So I thought that was a strange diss that she took towards football and mixed martial arts.
And she was complaining it's Hollywood. People don't like Hollywood, but we give you things to watch and blah blah blah. So I don't feel bad for anybody making tens of millions of dollars.
Oh, never. I never feel bad for them whatsoever. They're an extremely exclusive club. They're not inclusive by definition and by nature. And I thought it was funny. I talked about this in my political show, Abe Lincoln's Top Hat, which you have to come on, Kat, after the inauguration. Okay. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. Hollywood is one of the most degrading and atrocious institutions when it comes to the disabled.
Yes.
They never give roles to people who are disabled. They always give the roles to fully able-bodied people, and then they give them an Oscar when they were able to pretend as if they're not fully fully abled. So it's absolutely absurd and ridiculous for her to be like, I thought Trump was being rude talking about the reporter, but they're not holier than thou. I mean, Jodie Foster as Nell, for example, or I Am Sam with what's the name of the guy, Sean Penn.
Yeah.
They always give the roles to normal people, and then when those normal people, or so-called normal people, play somebody with disability, they give them a massive award as if they've just done something that's so extreme. Those people who are disabled, first of all, they don't get the role, and they live like that every day, and they never get a damn award.
Also, this happened in 2015. All the people that voted for Trump knew this all happened, and they voted for him anyway, so clearly it doesn't bother them too much to vote for. They were voting for him anyways.
No, I mean, it definitely didn't
she's
matter.
she's not like changing anyone's mind. Everyone already knew that this happened. She's just making people like her less and want to listen to Hollywood people less. So not really doing any good. I had Nick DiPaolo on the show, and he said that he decided to vote for Trump because he made fun of the disabled reporter.
Well, Nick DiPaolo's a bit of a racist.
Which was a take.
That is a hot take.
That was a Nick DiPaolo take. He's like, yeah, well, great guy, great guy.
He is a nice guy.
So you're doing all stuff with all kinds of your podcasts. You were in Boston last weekend. How was that?
We were just in Boston this past. It was a snowstorm here this past weekend. It was a nice summer day for Wisconsin, but a massive snowstorm for Boston. We still sold out 2 shows at the same venue. It was called the something ballroom there. Now I'm forgetting the name of it because I've had too much of this god dang wine. But it was absolutely wonderful, and the people of Boston could not have been better. That was for the last podcast on the Left Live, and the shows are doing phenomenal, and everything is going really great. I mean, I had a good holiday. How was your holiday?
It's good.
Have you had a show since?
I did. Well, I pre-recorded them. I had one with Kevin and one with Dan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Dan St. Germain very much, and
Wonderful.
Kevin Barnett.
Yes. Good dudes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But either way, going back, that whole Golden Globes thing, I thought it was kind of a disaster and kind of a nightmare in a lot of ways. But everyone, people just they went back to their tribes and they got, they went in the trenches to defend their positions and things like that. But overall, like you just said, it's a group of very wealthy individuals, extremely not diverse in any way, shape, or form other than maybe sexual orientation. But that's it. And I talked about this on my show that'll come out here, Abel Against Top Hat this week. What they talk about when describing diversity is total dog shit because they don't live up to it whatsoever. If you look at a pan over of that entire crowd that was at the Golden Globes, it was whiter than an Alabama bowling event. I mean, there was no diversity whatsoever, and they go up there and espouse these values that they theoretically believe in, but they don't live it on a daily basis. So everything they say has to be taken with a massive grain of salt because it's all hypocritical nonsense.
Yeah. Boston, though.
Boston was fine.
Well,
I mean,
the
people were
crazy,
great.
Do you have crazy fans? Like, where's
they
the crazy
go nuts.
fans?
They go nuts, and they're wonderful people. And the thing is, we do the podcast, so we're in everybody's ear, and they go through their life struggles just like all of us go through our life struggles, and we're with them that entire time. And I don't know what they're going through on a daily basis or what they might be struggling with on a yearly basis, but we go through it with them, And so when you get to meet them in real life, it's an important moment for us and for them, and specifically for me. When they tell you their stories, it really matters. There was one woman when we did a show out in London, we did 2 shows out in London recently, talking about how we saved her son's life. He was extremely suicidal.
What?
And he was alienated. He lived in a small town, and he enjoyed intellectual conversation and things about true crime and macabre and kind of weirder stuff. And he felt like he wanted to, murder himself because no one in this small town, related to him. And then he found our podcast. That would be the last podcast on the left. Enabling and Stop At. Roundtable of Gentlemen is another one. And it saved his life, or at least his mother said that it did. It brought him some joy. And everybody has their individual stories. A lot of cancer-related tales where they're going through chemo, and the shows are the only reason that they can laugh in the morning and stuff like that. So it's always powerful meeting the fans. I met a great police officer in Rhode Island, an African-American fellow, a black dude named Percy, who was like just ecstatic. And he had he's got a rough day every single day. He's a police officer and a black police officer, so they get it from all sides. Everyone's demonizing them for one reason or another. And so we saw him in Boston, and he was tearing up a little bit meeting us, and it was really powerful stuff. So that's the power of podcasts, and that's why I love the medium so much. It really lets you be in the mind of people and thank you for letting us be there with you.
But how many boob pictures do you get a day?
Well, I used to get a lot more boob pictures. Back in the day, I used to solicit them on my show, Roundtable of Gentlemen, and I used to say, send me, those kinds of pics. And I got a bunch of them. And then a lot of women, they would show other parts there also, and their butt, with their butt. and they would show it, and it would be like a butterfly.
What are you talking about? They'd expose their anus. They would spread the cheeks?
Yeah, like a bizarre
medical show. Would you ask for that, though? Would you say, show me your buttholes?
I don't remember everything I asked
for Ben.
Well, let's get it going. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and then you would meet them in real life, and then you just sort of forget the fact that they fully exposed their parts to you there. But I think it's wonderful, and they're beautiful.
Cole, have you ever sent a picture of your actual anus to your favorite podcast host?
By the end of the day,
I can't wait. Well, my phone is buzzing right now. Oh, there it is. That's a starfish. Gorgeous, buddy. I love it.
Looser than you expected. No.
About accurate.
Why would anybody? I mean, do you have an interest in butthole pictures?
Butthole pictures?
Are you like?
Well, I can't say I have an interest in butthole pictures. I mean, that sounds like an improv group or something. Butthole pictures. Hey, everyone, we're the butthole pictures. And then, believe it or not, they're fully clothed. It doesn't make any sense. But no, I don't have an interest in butthole pictures. But I can't say I'm not disinterested.
I didn't know if I loved her, and then she sent me this butthole picture.
Series of butthole pictures. Well,
when did you know you wanted to marry Jessica? The butthole picture she sent me.
Yeah, well, she tattooed it around her the old ring there. Will you marry me, or something like that? I guess put a ring on it.
Coley, butthole pictures.
Just
are you a fan? Take it from here.
I agree with him. I'm not disinterested.
Yeah, you're not disinterested, but is it like you're gonna be like, that's hot? Or you're just gonna be like, oh, that's scientifically interesting to see?
I feel like I saw Lena Dunham post butthole pictures earlier today, or close to, so I'm kind of out on pictures as a genre today.
Yeah, Lena Dunham.
Did she post butthole pictures?
They were like, I don't even trying to be like pinup girl type pictures, and it was too close. I didn't look directly into the sun.
I don't think I've ever seen pinup butthole. I've never seen those two genres.
That's what I'm saying,
blended.
like that type of like background and like
a classy pinup
garb.
sexy
Yeah,
background and garb, and it's just of your butthole.
Yeah, got all the dates of 1946 there, kind of on the bottom of it.
It's just a nice calendar, a butthole calendar.
It was Brighton Music Hall. That was the name of the place in Boston. I blame the wine. I forgot it.
That's all right. You know, you can blame the wine for.
Yeah.
For.
But no, you know, it is interesting. I mean, you get it all the time, Kat, being sexually sought after online. For men, it's a little bit different because obviously we don't have the physical danger of, you know, anything escalating. I'm 6'7" and 284.8 ounces.
Not that he thinks about it.
I got a scale. I want to throw the damn through the. I want to throw it through the damn window. I blame the scale for my own weight because it's you know, you can't blame the messenger there, I guess. But it is strange getting you know, pictures as a man, but as a girl you get it all the time.
Yeah, but
usually your own body parts sent to you in photo form.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. People send me pictures of my own body parts. I already know my own body parts. I see them every day in the shower, except for, I mean, there have been days when I haven't taken a shower, but like, vast majority of days, I've definitely taken a shower.
Well, you're lucky. I can't see all my body parts in the shower. That's for dang sure. It's a freaking nightmare.
I was in the emergency room, Ben.
That's right. You got super sick.
I got so sick, and the emergency room in the winter, Kollege, it's a lot of homeless people being thawed out. And then me, and my bed was in the hallway, and there was this guy that was peeing in the little urinal thing, like in his bed, just out there, just
right next to you.
Yeah, it was like the distance from me to the whiteboard, which isn't the listeners can't see, but I'd say
10
a couple.
feet.
Yeah,
that's what a free throw away.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my god, I was there for like 6 hours maybe.
The guy was peeing the whole time?
He was peeing a lot, and then he was peeing so much that he had it like the pee hanging on the side of the bed.
Sort of like
just
in
case he needed it again.
Oh, I see. So it's not like when you kill somebody and behead them and you put their head on a pike or something like that?
No, it wasn't
a proud thing.
No, I mean,
I would love that. You ever pee in a smaller bottle than you expected? You know, it's amazing how much the human body pees. We could pee in this whole yellowtail bottle. We could fill it up in a heartbeat.
I think it'd be difficult for me.
No, you could do it. We'll have to funnel it, and it's a whole kind of different situation. Treat it like loose gas or something.
New plan for the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
forget the column.
Forget the column.
No, who
I'm
cares?
so close to finishing it. It's about, so Syracuse University is like at this bias response reporting thing, and among the bias incidents, which it says is like abhorrent behavior, is if you see a sign that designates blue for boys and pink for girls.
That's bad?
It's abhorrent, and they're encouraging you to report it to the school if you see it, to create a more positive environment for all. I'm sorry, but if your environment is being affected by the fact that you saw a sign where it's like blue for boys and pink for girls, you can go like fuck yourself. You need to just walk into a hospital, and say, hi, I am committing myself because I cannot live.
You're cuckoo bananas.
Do you disagree with me? Does anybody disagree with me? Anybody? You can be like,
hold on, let me check. No one
disagrees.
disagrees.
It's a stereotype, but is a stereotype that big of a fucking problem? I mean, it can be. I hate that, like, I don't know how to do my makeup, and, like, I should do makeup, and I should not look like shit all the time when I'm not on TV.
You would be amazed. These guys must freak out when it comes to, like, the French, for example, who genderize words. You know, they have, there are feminine and masculine different pronouns attached to objects. It's just a way of, it's just an indicator of, of what the establishment represents. So pink for girls, that would be a good indicator for me to be like, I'm not going to barge the door down after I had a whole series of different quesadillas at Buffalo Wild Wings like I just had today, because they're flushing through me like an individual trying to cross over the border before Trump builds a wall. I mean, it's madness, the idea. These are just indicators of the establishment that they're representing, and for them to be upset by it is totally insane. It
is insane. And one of the things is if you're avoiding or excluding others because of gender or all these things. So basically, Kollege, Brad, if you guys are dating a lady and you want a night out with your boys, according to this school, what this girl should do is file a report saying she is being excluded based on her gender, and then the school would have to, address that. Or if someone witnesses it. So it's not just if it happens to you yourself and you're upset. If you hear a girl in the hallway be like, well, my boyfriend's out with the boys tonight, so I don't know what I'm going to do. You're supposed to run to your computer and be like, I overheard a bias incident, and report that. And that's a good fucking use of the school's time.
And they're paying a lot of money to go there.
Yeah,
Absolutely
they're paying. It's at Syracuse University is where this is happening.
The Orangemen, nonetheless.
Just the orange.
Pro-Trump, from what I understand, the Orangemen.
They dropped the men a few years ago.
Oh,
so,
they did?
Yeah, so this sounds
They're
like...
just the color orange?
Yeah, they're the orange now because the one they're in case anyone got them confused, their women's basketball team confused. They were like, nope, we can only be the orange. Men, it's like male men. It's male carrier.
They're just... What?
They're the Syracuse Orange.
That's what happens now. We're just named after colors?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That seems more problematic.
The Syracuse Orange?
Yeah.
Pro-Trump, they're globalists.
Well, this is obviously how Trump happened, okay?
Obviously.
And they're saying name-calling you report. Someone calls you a name, you ignore them, you cry, you get sad, and then you deal with it, or you call them a name back. Ben, I don't need any more wine right now.
Have some wine.
Ben, for fuck's sake. Jesus, Ben, I don't need any more wine.
You're not putting up a big fight here.
I love wine.
Extend her glass.
I love wine. I literally have one sentence, but it's fine. I can have. Plus, I ate a sandwich and soup for lunch. So
have some wine, Kat.
I'm feeling like a big fatty McFat.
You're not a big fatty McFat.
I had a full half of a sandwich and 8 ounces of soup.
You can't have a full half of a sandwich.
And it was a cream-based soup.
Yeah, but you can't have a full half of a sandwich.
It was a cream-based soup, which is incredibly high in calories. And if that's not bad enough, I also put oyster crackers in it.
That's fine.
That's
oyster
carbs on carbs on cream.
No, oyster crackers
That's
aren't
not
carbs. They're
move.
oyster. They're
oyster
protein.
Crackers are carbs. Cream-based soup, cream, milk, fat, saturated fat.
You can't have a whole half of a sandwich. You have half of the
normally
sandwich.
when you have a half a sandwich, you're supposed to take the top half of the bread off because then you're having a half a sandwich with less carbs.
You sociopath. That's not what you're supposed to
true.
do. That's insane.
You're surrounded by 550 pounds of human right now, between the two of them.
A full half of a sandwich.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a
I'm
thing.
112 pounds now.
Well, you're looking fine.
Oh.
In the 4th grade, I was probably $140.
Oh, I think I was born at about 114 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was a big baby. I was almost 9 pounds.
Yeah, I was actually a kind of small baby.
Really?
Yeah. I was 7 pounds.
I was about 9 pounds as well. So at birth, we were the same size.
Isn't that crazy to think about how babies are all the same, and then we grow up, and then we're all different?
Yep. Syracuse Orange, huh?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to make any sense to me.
Yeah, or discrimination on marital status. So if someone comes up to me oh, you're a cat lady, I'm not gonna be I'm going to file. All my married friends are having a couples night. They have to invite me or they're going to have a bias response report on their ass.
That's
what
not
in the
right.
fuck? Who is this for? This is using school resources. This is using people's time to go over these reports. And it's just not necessary. I understand if you're being harassed by racist kids and it's... There's always been a way to deal with that. You can go to the administration. That's always been an option. It's that's never been an option. I don't see the benefit in encouraging, and they say please do this, and encouraging, and these students are adults. But legally they're adults.
Yeah. I think we should raise that, by the way. 21 to fight, 21 to, maybe 25 to drink. And now that I'm 35, I say 25 to drink, and 21 before you can finally be called an adult.
Yeah, and these campaigns cost money, and I don't see any benefit in it at all, other than just leaving college less able to handle conflict than you were in first grade. When in first grade, when someone calls you a name and you deal with it, or if you go to the teacher, they would. I remember when I was younger, they'd don't tattle.
Well,
Remember,
you don't snitch.
Tattle?
You don't snitch. Yeah, absolutely. Don't tattle. Now they love tattling. I mean, we can get into all that. I mean, this is just this is exactly what the establishment, individuals in charge want. They want us to snitch each other out. The Zuckerbergs of the world, although I don't necessarily hate everything about the person, but that's what they want us to do. They want us to snitch on everybody and get everyone in trouble. I was in kindergarten. I got kicked out because I sat on a kid who was being mean-spirited towards a girl that I liked. I sat on him, and then one of his, I did sit on. I mean, I was a big kid, and he was in pain, and I loved that when he was in so much pain, because he was being so mean. And then I got snitched out by a friend, or what I thought was a friend, and then I was forced to sit out making peanut butter.
You were forced to make peanut butter?
No, I couldn't make peanut butter. I was forced to sit out of it.
Oh, and you probably,
were
you a fat kid.
And I wanted to make peanut butter. They knew how
Day.
important peanut butter day was to me. And they were muddling up all the nuts, and people were dumping a lot of sugar in their peanut butter, which I thought that was a little inappropriate. Too much sugar can ruin a good peanut butter.
Oh my God!
I've said that before many times. But, that was the first time I really realized that snitches are terrible human beings, and all they do is get you in trouble, and they get you kicked out of peanut butter day. and they didn't even have jelly. I mean, it wasn't the best day. I was actually happy to sit out of it. I mean, they didn't have any jelly. And who cares?
Kind of 2-bit kindergarten were you going to?
Oh, it was horseshit. I mean, it was in Chicago, Illinois. I mean, no peanut butter whatsoever should ever, walk the streets alone without jelly. I mean, so that was madness. But anyway, I did, physically get bullied quite regularly. When I was growing up, specifically in high school, because my older brothers are gay, and I was 6'7" when I was 13 years old. I had the mind of a child, and I didn't snitch on any of those people who were extremely aggressive, who bullied me. You just wait until they fail, and you succeed, and then you win. Yep. You don't have to have any of these people come in and get in your way. Just wait it out. It's the long con. They're all gonna fail. Everyone who's ever mean to you is gonna fail.
Yeah, well, but now there's this power in being a victim. Okay?
Well, I don't like that.
It's this power in if you say, look, you just don't understand how this hurts me because, and the ironic thing is you want to call Trump arrogant. Of course, Trump is arrogant. But the ironic thing is saying you just don't understand how this hurts me because that's the most arrogant thing you can possibly say.
Oh, yeah, they love it.
Because that's saying that everyone is under an obligation to give a shit about how you feel.
Right.
Which they're not.
No, they're not. And then you're just the victim, It's much more powerful. I think you have a lot more of an impact if you talk about this is what happened to me, and now here is where I am. This is how successful I am, despite of, in spite of these things. But to make those things your the main character trait for your existence it's really dangerous, and it doesn't do you any favors. Everyone's just going to see you as the victim, and sure, maybe you were able to capitalize on that in some ways. But I say succeed and then tell people, oh, this happened to me in the past, and then that'll encourage people who have that current situation happening to them to succeed as well, and then they can look down on the people who are terrible to them.
Also, I just miss silly. Okay.
Oh yeah, being silly was fun.
And then Tim Dillon, he had a Facebook post. The whole
Tim Dillon.
So people had
the comedian.
People had the whole break your heart, turn it into art. Break your heart, turn it into art, like the Carrie Fisher, which is true. Break your heart, turn it into art. But he posted something on Facebook that really resonated with me, which was take your broken heart, turn it into art. Take your broken heart and turn it into Paul Blart Mall Cop. Which really, yes, it's silly is okay.
Sure.
It's silly. The technically good movies don't always have to win the Golden Globes. Why the fuck?
No.
I want to go to the Golden Globes and stand in the back and scream about Happy Gilmore was robbed one day.
I love Happy Gilmore.
Some movie called Evita won Best Musical or Comedy in 1997. Does anybody know what the fuck Evita is?
Who cares?
How many people know what Happy Gilmore is?
I know what it is.
And it's changed lives.
That's
I've never
correct.
experienced such joy as shooting sprayed out of my nose when he walks up. He's like, jackass. And I was like a child that had it on VHS. My Uncle Mike gave it to me even though I wasn't allowed to watch PG-13. He was like, here you go. Because he was like the cool uncle,
Cool, yeah.
He'd put peanuts and Budweisers on the back porch when I was in high school, and I'd go over there to stay with my grandma while he had something to do. He's pretty dope uncle, pretty cool guy.
Kind of like a drunk squirrel, huh?
No, not really. It was just kind of like me, like a drunk squirrel. I think that would be, please write that on my gravestone.
Drunk squirrel.
Drunk squirrel. Much better with the sound off.
Well, that's not true. We love to hear you talk.
I love to hear me talk too.
No, but that's absolutely correct. I completely agree. Meryl Streep was nominated for, what was it, Florence Jenkins?
What the hell is this shit?
I had to watch the damn thing on a JetBlue flight going over some random show, and it was the whitest thing I ever saw in my life. It was absolutely disgusting. It's about a wealthy woman who bought her way into, I believe, performing at the Apollo. She had a terrible voice, and the whole thing was racist just by its very nature, So it was awful. I agree. Dumb movies are better movies, and Hollywood needs to get out of their own ass.
They do. Why does the movie have to be like, oh, this is a good movie? This is a good. What about Tropic Thunder? That movie.
Well, that had blackface in it.
But it's a funny movie. Happy Gilmore, funny movie. You're never gonna go to the bar and have someone make an Evita reference. I think they do with sports, you should have to wait 5 years.
I say sometimes
to vote on the movie whether it gets the award. See if it stands the test of time. Are we talking about The English Patient or whatever from
No,
year
we're not. No,
okay.
I think he's fine. I think he survived.
Okay,
nice.
because that won the best drama Happy Gilmore year, and Happy Gilmore's kind of a drama too. He shouldn't have.
Sure was.
Hockey. a hockey player like him can't play golf.
I didn't
Yes,
think
he
he
can.
could, yeah.
But not only that, he can turn golf upside down. He
Well, I
can
don't
make
think
golf fun and interesting for everyone. He clearly has a mental illness, and he
Well.
wins. He wins the jacket. He wins the jacket. He wins the girl. It's a powerful statement
I'm
about
still not
mental.
convinced he can
it's
play
a
golf.
powerful statement about mental illness.
You forgot the most dramatic part, which is his grandmother's house was seized from her, and he
Yeah.
had to
That's
win
correct.
that back.
He had to win that back.
He had to win it
Have you
back.
even seen the film,
And the
Kat?
death of Chubbs.
Jeff,
That was
Death of
very
Chubbs is a
sad.
big moment. And then he gets the same
The hand,
alligator.
yeah.
I mean,
what are the
there's
odds?
so many. The movie has everything. It has
does.
love. It has death. It has drama. It has
Subway.
It has Subway.
I love a good Subway
It has
sandwich.
laughter.
It does.
It's not, it has misogyny.
A little bit.
You know what? I miss the 90s.
I don't think there's that much
I miss the
misogyny.
90s
Is there that much misogyny?
movies.
Shooter was a little misogynist.
Well, Shooter, but he was the mean guy.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
the
the
villain.
nice guy. He was, yeah. I mean, Happy was a very not misogynist man.
I miss the 90s movies brand of misogyny. Just
The
like
nice
the thing
guy.
where it's like you're like a loser nice guy, but you like drink too much and then like you get the girl to love you.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that because it would encourage many of the romantic choices I've been continuing to make in my life.
Well, absolutely. And it would encourage guys who are sort of losers, who like to wear sweatpants and no problems there, to go out and do something.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why sit on the couch and
Yeah.
be depressed? We can get out there and be depressed in public.
Although I do say when it comes to Evita, sometimes if I order at a bar in Evita, I will sing the song.
I don't know. Do people know Evita? Kollege, do you know Evita?
sure don't.
What? I've never even seen. What is it about?
know
Garbage? Is it
Evita?
about art? Is it like blah,
It's
blah,
about a
blah?
woman Madonna played.
Cool. I love Madonna technically because I'm
Is that
from
the
Detroit.
Argentina movie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Now I recall.
I don't recall
I retract
because
my
I've been
no.
too busy thinking about Happy Gilmore.
Well, and rightfully so. I mean, Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison has music.
How do you feel about 1994 when like Pulp Fiction and all these heavy hitter movies were nominated and then Forrest fucking Gump wins?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Forrest Gump is a great film, though. I love Forrest Gump. I like chocolates. I enjoy legless vets.
Never seen
And,
Forrest
I
Gump.
think
You made the
never
right
saw
dec-
Forrest
Never
Gump?
saw Forrest Gump. Nope.
Smart. Don't
Too
do
busy
it.
watching
What are you
Pulp Fiction.
talking about?
Too busy watching Pulp Fiction over and over again, asshole. Sorry.
Oh, Pulp Fiction is so overrated. I don't mind it, but Forrest Gump is better than Pulp Fiction.
Ooh, that's
Pulp
a take.
Fiction, it
You're gonna get
relies
hate mail from our listeners.
it relies on a lot of curse words, and I say if you rely on curse words, you need to replace those words with non-curse words.
I don't think so.
and-
Sometimes it's the perfect word.
Well, and there was a drug over. Well, I just feel. I think Forrest Gump might have been superior, but I'm not going to say Pulp Fiction isn't an amazing movie.
You kind of did.
I'm just saying.
No,
that
I did not.
You said it was overrated.
It's a little overrated. That's all I'm saying. I love the film. I love the film. Big Pulp Fiction fan. Don't come after me, Twitter. Don't come at me.
Slappy and the Stinkers is the dopest movie.
Slappy
Five
and the
kids, one sea lion, no rules. B.D. Wong plays a strict school principal.
Slappy and the Stinkers.
And these kids, these mischievous kids go to this private school, but they're like the mischievous kids, and B.D. Wong, the principal, doesn't like them. And then one day they take a trip to the school, to the aquarium, and then they steal a sea lion because he's in captivity. And
Get
then
outta here.
Naturally.
They bring him back to B.D. Wong's hot tub, and they have a party. And then they
Slappy and the
they
Stinkers,
carry him
huh?
around in a bathtub that's driven on a bike by one of the kids. The kid from Little Rascals is in it, the little fat kid, and his name's Loaf in the movie. It's a great film. I'd highly recommend it to everybody. It's a great, and what's the lady with the big boobs? That's Stifler's mom, and
Oh yeah,
she's in there.
Stifler's mom from American Pie, an American
she's in
classic.
there. Okay, it's got everything. I'd recommend for all your families. Slappy and the Stinkers should win every consecutive award.
Well, now
it
that-
should win the Purple Heart.
I kind of can't disagree with that. Slappy and the Stinkers, ladies and gentlemen, check it out.
B.D. Wong.
I love B.D. Wong, great guy, and in Slappy and the Stinkers, yeah, that's a must see.
It's a
That's
must see. What's your favorite movie of all time, Ben?
Oh my goodness, you know,
Other than that Neil Young documentary that you make.
Harvest Moon. Yeah, that's when Neil Young is really getting in there and talking about his children leaving for college. I love that documentary. Favorite movie of all time, it's almost impossible to say, but you know, you got to go Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It's tough, yeah. I mean, Tommy Boy is right up there, of course. And there's a whole series of films that I absolutely... Snapdragon, for those that don't remember Snapdragon, that was a really powerful film. Basically, anything that Rhonda used to present to us on Rhonda's Up All Night on the USA Network in the mid-'90s. That's a very specific reference that a few people will understand, but I think they'll love it. Tweet me at Ben Kissel if you know about Rhonda and her tales of being up all night. That was basically it. Yeah.
What about you, Kollege? What's your favorite movie?
Snatch. Big Snatch fan.
Yeah, it's good. It's a
What
movie.
was that?
Guy Ritchie's
You're
Snatch.
a big Snatch fan.
Huge Snatch fan.
We all get it, Ben.
You're a big butthole guy. I'm the Snatch
No,
guy.
I don't like... You just sent me a loose butthole picture. I don't like it.
You're definitely
Are
a
you saying you
butthole.
don't like my loose
You're
butthole
definitely a
picture?
Well,
butthole
I'm
guy.
not going to criticize
You're
you.
definitely
I'm not going to
overrated.
butthole shame.
We know what your name is in the streets, butthole Ben.
That's not correct, but I'll take it. Is it Butthole Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pirate.
Butthole Benny.
Butthole,
Among those who know you best.
Butthole Benny sounds like it should be doing, like, the old circuit there. It sounds like a comedian name.
What about you, Kollege? Favorite moves? Snatch? Big Snatch guy? What else?
Big Snatch guy. Finding Nemo. You want to talk about drama?
Finding Nemo.
I want to talk about drama.
It's about a fish.
It's about a disabled fish. You talk about they don't
Is
give
it a
him-
disabled fish?
Oh, his whole family gets slaughtered opening scene.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
think
want
that
to
would have
ruin
any
the movie
psychological
for you.
effects on you?
He gets left disabled. He's the only one who survives, and then he gets kidnapped. Have you ever seen Taken?
Yeah, I saw
Finding
Taken.
Nemo's like Taken, but for adults.
But
That's what
is
Finding
Nemo the daughter?
No, he's the son. He's a boy. Actually, that's
No,
a
I
good
know,
question.
but
I
is
don't
he-
know.
We don't know.
He's the child.
He's a fish.
Yes.
We don't have to genderize our fish.
Correct. We don't.
No.
But I'm looking over the list of movies from '94 just because I remember there was more than Pulp Fiction. I mean, we had The Lion King come out.
Oh, dope.
Huge. We
Well-
had Shawshank Redemption,
That was fine.
True Lies, The Mask, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber holds up.
I still don't think there's been a better comedy made since Dumb and Dumber. Now that's a take, but I don't know what would be above it.
It's a hot take. I can't disagree with you.
Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Oh, I love That might be my favorite movie of all time. I used to watch Beverly Hills Cop 3 on rotation. I would get it at family videos. I loved Eddie Murphy so much. Wally World. Was it Wally World? Was that the name of the amusement park they would go to there? Either way, he saved the whole damn thing. I loved Eddie Murphy. And Belky Botanimus, Belky. Remember that from
No.
Perfect Strangers? He was in it.
No, I don't.
You don't know Perfect Strangers?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But, Happy Gilmore.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah, but Happy Gilmore didn't come out in 1994. He's
Billy
talking about
Matt. I'm talking about the best movies of all time. Happy
I know,
Gilmore.
but he's talking about 1994 films.
What else? What else? 1994.
The Little Rascals.
Yeah.
A little
Featuring
overrated.
Loaf.
Three Ninjas Kick Back.
Oh, that's good.
Oh. When did Blank Check come out?
1994.
Oh my God, for real?
Yeah, 1990.
Blank check.
It's the greatest
kid
year
gets
ever.
a blank check for $1
know.
million. That is a dope
He
movie.
commits fraud, yes.
He does commit fraud.
And it's good to learn young how the world works.
Well, no one has checks anymore, though. It should be like blank debit card or something now. Doesn't make any sense.
I left my checkbook at a bar one time and nothing happened.
People were like, what are these ancient documents?
Exactly.
Well, Richie Rich is a dope one.
I don't know. You seem to like these elitist children's movies. I liked Little Giants. That was a good one.
Correct.
About giants, but
Sandlot.
they were little. Sandlot's amazing. Everyone loves the Sandlot.
The first two Mighty Ducks.
I thought all those kids
I know
were
Danny
hot.
Tamborelli very, very well. He's a great guy. You got to get him on the show, by the way, Danny. You'd be great.
Well, let me write his name down in my to-do list.
Danny Tamborelli.
I have a to-do / feelings list in my notebook. Danny Tamborelli.
Major League 2 was
I
also
feel
94.
sad.
That was pretty solid.
Yep.
Love Major League 2.
The Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
So
that
amazing.
was
Detroit
94?
guy.
That
was
Detroit guy.
94.
Detroit guy. Coke addiction, prison.
Coke dealer.
Dope all around, dude.
He's a Trumpian. He's a Trump-esque celebrity. Not a lot of them out there, but he does love the old Donald there.
I'm just very pro Detroit anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
Kid Rock,
unabashedly.
sure.
Unabashedly. Except for Kid Rock, man.
Why not?
Because, I mean, I guess technically I have to be because I just said that. But,
Yeah, I love Kid Rock because he got fat.
Oh,
He's
it's-
never really
why would
been
not?
particularly talented, but he just tries and tries and tries.
Kid Rock.
Bow, 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 bow.
Dude,
And
yeah.
he's got a motorbike there. I love Kid Rock. I mean, you got to respect a guy who just doesn't stop doing what he does. And that's all he does is what he does. And we don't know if it's good, but he's still doing it.
He's still doing it. He's really doing it. Bob Seger, it's a nice American.
I like Bob Seger, although I wish some of his songs would be on Spotify. The bastard only puts up his Christmas album.
That's a hilarious move, though. That really is a hilarious move.
I want to listen to Turn the Page. You got to go on YouTube, Spotify. Just get on Spotify, Bob Seger. If you're listening, get on Spotify.
He listens. He's a big fan.
Is he a big fan?
He's a huge fan. Loves the Kat Timpf Show.
Yeah, well, I love you, Kat.
Oh, I love you too, man. Can't believe there's no computers here.
I'm surprised there aren't any Serial Mom. That sounds like it's right up your alley.
Serial Mom is one of the best movies of all time. That's directed by John Waters. I know all of John Waters' films. Desperate Living is one of the best things that's one of the best films that's ever existed. And of course, Pink Flamingos. You have Edith Massey demanding eggs, which I think is very fun. And listeners might not know what I'm talking about there, except for the few that do. Tweet me at Ben Kissel.
You were so shameless and drunk.
Edith Massey.
How many drinks did you have before coming on the show?
Just one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, we've had basically the same amount of drinks.
That's not true. I'm now guarding my wine behind my notebook.
Oh, you're not guarding
He could
it.
reach it with very much ease.
He's a gigantic human being. How long have we been recording?
40 minutes.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Kat, we have to do 20 more minutes.
I don't know about you, but I'm having a really good time.
Are you?
I'm having a really fun time.
Well, then do something fun.
I'm having fun right now. I like movie. I don't like going to the movies.
I love going to the movies.
It's so you get to be. They don't let you talk.
No, I know it's a movie. They're talking on the screen. You're not supposed to talk at the movie.
But what if makes you feel some type of way? What you're seeing?
Well, you're not supposed to scream.
I just can't help
Silently
it.
weep like everybody else.
I just can't help the talking of myself.
Go to a non-white movie theater. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
When I grew up around very non-white, and it was a very interactive movie
I
experience.
love that.
I love the way that non-whites watch movies. I hate white movie theaters. I never go.
They stink.
I say pipe it up, get loud.
I think that you're watching a movie, and I also am the kind of person, I have terrible ADD, really, really bad. I have questions. I can't pay attention for 2 hours to something.
But the movie will answer the questions.
Not always. Sometimes
That's the whole point of the movie.
I'll be like, who's that guy? And I'll be like, the main character.
Yeah, but Kat, the movie will always answer the questions you have. That's the whole damn point of the start of the movie, is that you answer the questions at the end of the movie.
I don't know if Suicide Squad did that.
Oh, Suicide Squad wasn't even a movie. That was just a violence of an orgasmic, violent, disgusting event with a beautiful Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And Will Smith, I thought, was okay.
I don't really like superhero movies.
Well, they were villains and they were forced to do good.
Yeah.
I go sometimes because the girl that I met, she likes them, so I'll go with her. I saw like Captain America and all that stuff.
I thought Captain America was very funny. He has a shield, and you can imagine you can cook ramen in it. You can do a whole series of things with the Captain America shield that he doesn't do, and I think that's the interesting thing. We're all superheroes.
That's not true.
That is not true.
None of us are. We all are bags of blood walking around trying to have sex with things and feel important until we die.
With other bags of blood.
With other bags of blood.
Mushing against each
other. And impress other bags of blood until eventually we die.
Like mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. Zika.
Zika.
Zika is a real problem.
Zika.
Welcome to the Zika News Network.
Zika.
All Zika.
You have Zika.
It does sound like a cute name for a little girl.
Yeah. Zika Kissel. Biggest head I ever saw in my life. Well, she's breaking down barriers and breaking stereotypes.
When are you going to have kids, Ben? Do you have kids?
Well, I'm going to have kids at some point in my life. No, I don't know if I ever would. I really don't know. I mean, but I would like to have them. And when I was a child, I wanted to name them Freedom and Liberty. But now I did.
This is why kids can't have kids.
Yeah.
That specific reason.
Yeah. But no, I'm going to have a bunch of big kids, and I'm going to tell them that they're doing great. And maybe get them lifting weights in the room in the womb. In the womb. Yeah.
So shove them up there. How do I get the weights?
Well, I guess you have to. I think it's more of a swallow thing than a shove up thing. I don't know. I can't carry kids. You can't carry kids. I cannot carry a child. You can't. I would though. I literally could. Isn't it crazy? Isn't that fun? I literally could carry a child. Yeah, I think that's so exciting. Men can't do that. I would think it'd be fun to do it, but then what do you do when it comes out? Well, then you have to sort of, carry another one. You got to raise it. Oh, I don't. That's for the government to do. I don't know if I'll ever be a mom.
That's what TV's for. I don't know if I'll ever be a mom. I think you'd be a great mother. I would be the best mom. Yeah. I think I would raise such an amazing kid. Yeah. I think that it would be. I would want it to be a boy. Why?
I just don't know what I would do with a little daughter.
You looked at me very scared that you might potentially have a daughter someday. That was the look I got.
I
from your
might
eyes.
have a daughter in me right now. No, I'm just kidding. It's not possible.
You could have a daughter.
Not in my body right now, no.
No, I know you don't have one right now.
How do you know?
That you don't have a daughter right now?
In my body?
Inside your body?
Yeah.
Because you're wearing a bra that is about 4 inches of padding and you're borderline anorexic.
Look at this. This is not a boob.
Yeah, she's grabbing her breast for those that
I'm
can't.
not grabbed. That's not true. I'm not. I have a small chest, and you know what? So what? I'm never going to get a boob job.
Looks like you're wearing a small couch.
I'm never
there.
going to get a boob job. You know, if you get a boob job, you have to take 2 weeks off of work.
Yeah, and you have to keep on readjusting it.
You have
like
to keep going back to the
car
and then you got
change.
like weird balloons in your body. I don't just deal with it. Yeah, I got little boobs. So what? I got little boobs. I don't need to wear a bra. I still can in this country to make me feel grown up, which I really appreciate.
I've always said maybe you should just put nipples on your butt.
Oh, I do. I have a butt.
Yeah,
You
nipple
have a
'em.
big butt.
Why are there nipples on the butt?
Because you don't milk the butt.
You don't milk men either.
How awkward would
We
that
have 'em.
be?
Good point.
Yeah. Counterpoint. Well, crossfire.
We
Yeah,
got a
well,
bunch of
maybe
crossfire
Evo-
happening.
maybe-
Here. This is good. I'm so happy we got all this wine.
Maybe evolution. Oh boy. I just
Don't
spilled
spill the
on
wine.
my actual
I'm
crotch.
gonna have to refill that.
I just spilled it on my crotch.
Oh my goodness, Trump is gonna bust down the door.
I really hope he does.
Pee all over the place.
He doesn't pee. The most ridiculous allegations of all time. When those were made up, I'm assuming they were made up.
Oh yeah, it's a 4chan. It's a prank.
Could you imagine how hard people were laughing? The president
Typing into their computer.
like
yeah.
P show, LOL, P show.
Russia's got the videos.
Well, I thought it was kind of mean-spirited towards Russian prostitutes. Frankly, I mean,
Why?
because they're just, assuming they can urinate on demand, as if they're full of liquids like that. They're starved.
They're inventing crocodile.
Yeah, that's
They've got no time to be drinking liquids.
crocodile will mess you up, man. Don't take all that.
I feel like you would probably drink a lot of fluid in advance if you knew that you had to do a P show.
Well, I mean, naturally, like you work out if you're a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, is peeing on people, is that a common fetish? I think just like the fetishes, I don't know that having certain fetishes, I think in some cases it does have to do with who you are, but I think also in some cases the reason people could believe it about Trump is it has to do with having experienced everything else already.
Yeah.
Like you can have sex with any woman you want, let's watch him pee, let's watch him poop, you get into weirder stuff because you get bored.
Well, I know there is a very famous celebrity who is extremely old now who enjoys the poo-poo on a glass table. That's what he likes to watch that happen. I think at the end of the day, I think you're right. I think you're ordering off the menu. You know, we go to Applebee's like any other red-blooded American.
Yeah.
And there's a whole secret menu that we're not even exploring yet. You know, I think you have to have everything on the front page before you can get to the back, I guess.
Absolutely. And I also feel, there is, I guess, something to be said for, marrying your high school sweetheart, never having sex with anybody but that person, having 11 kids, and then watching Paul Blart Mall Cop every night.
So you're telling me that you feel like there is a greater chance of women who are into urinating on their spouse if they love Paul Blart the Mall Cop?
Yes. No, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
But maybe there's a correlation there.
No, I'm just saying, like, there is something to be said for, I guess, not going out and banging tons of people. Maybe if you just bang the one person, you don't ever look at another human being besides your spouse.
And Paul Blart.
You move on to a mountain with your kids, and you only know each other and the lessons of Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Well,
I'm going to start that specific cult.
The Paul Blart
The
Mall Cop.
Blartyism.
Blartyism.
Yeah.
And that requires spouses to frequently urinate on one another.
No, I never mentioned that.
Oh.
It was implied.
I do think that I do have what it takes to be a cult leader.
Sure.
Didn't you think, Coley?
Your self-confidence today has been tremendous.
Is she usually not so confident? I bring her confidence.
Yeah.
I'm also drinking.
You're
Yeah,
basically
that's
just spilling it on yourself, saying you're drinking.
Yeah, I haven't really even drank that much.
Yeah,
This is
can't
a
have
full
a-
glass. No, I have to finish when I work. God, I still have some post-nasal drip.
From what, Kat?
From my
Why would you possibly have
for
that?
my illness.
You have post-nasal drip from your illness.
Yes.
No, of course. Well, I'm happy you're doing better. You know, I've only been in the hospital one time, and that was because when I was 19 years old, I was busted for a DUI, and I thought the cop was completely appropriate in pulling me over. It was the soberest I ever. It was the soberest I ever drove drunk. And
Well, how'd you get caught? What happened?
I was in a parking lot of the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire, and they got me for tailgating. I was 380 pounds at the time, and the cop pulled me over, and he was like, I was slamming Domino's pizza down my throat. I thought that might, make me less drunk.
You were eating Domino's while you got a DUI.
Well, I thought that would sober it up and make, get the booze off the breath. And the cop pulled me over. I rolled my window down, and he's like, you know why I pulled you over?
You're
whatever.
eating an entire Domino's pizza.
Slamming a Domino's
Folded
pizza.
it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, taco it, and then you have a Mexican cuisine type thing, even though it's Italian, and that's how, multicultural I am. And he was like, you got to walk the straight line. And I said, I couldn't do that if I was sober because I was so damn fat. And then I got arrested. And that was the last time I was in the hospital, and a child was crying, staring at me.
My phone just died at 39%.
Well, time to get a new iPhone.
I do need to replace the battery. Now I don't know anything about what's going on. I don't have a charger.
But it died at 39%, so I don't know if a charger would help.
Yeah, well, it would charge it to more than that percent.
Yeah, but it seems to just be dying at any random number.
It does, which is really stressful for me. And I feel like people don't understand. Maybe I might be a little off these days, Maybe I might be a little moody. How would you feel walking around not knowing when your phone's going to die?
Well, it's an actual condition. You can Google it. There's a whole phobia about people having anxiety when their phone's about to die or if it's not working well.
Yeah, that's how I have that too.
So you have it now?
Yeah, I'm having it right now.
So you're having it now?
I'm having an extreme episode right now. I need to go to the Apple store and get it fixed, but the Apple store is a nightmare.
I hate the Apple store.
You have to make an appointment?
Yeah. It's like
Shut
a
up.
gynecological, it's like a gyno. It's a nightmare. I hate it.
Very different.
No,
How would you know?
You're right. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Never been.
I've never been to the gynecologist. Gynecologist?
I've obviously been. You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. Everybody out there, PSA, make sure you go to the gynecologist for your annual pap smear.
Yeah, what happens there? Your father's in the room and they kind of yell at you there? Or
Yeah.
what happens?
Well,
What happened to that?
It's any father. It doesn't have to be your father.
It's time for your pap smear.
It doesn't have
What
to.
the hell happened to that?
My gynecologist growing up, like when I was a teenager at home, was the same gynecologist that my mom had, which means it was the same gynecologist that helped my mom, with fertility, get pregnant with me.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? So just generations of vaginas.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'm the baby you helped me. Now here's my shit.
And what does he say about it?
Well, I mean, nothing really. Just I'm healthy.
I mean, that's a strange thing for a guy to do, I think. If I was a woman, I would go to a female gyno, I think. Because I have a gay doctor now, and I feel, he knows how to navigate the area.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with it, and I'm comfortable with him. I don't know if I could go to a woman to get the old physical there. I mean, everything's all disjointed and odd.
Doesn't bother me. Whatever.
If it's a guy?
It's not like it's just a medical procedure.
Yeah, what if they're a heavy breather?
Oh my God. It's not like their face is in it. They
don't wear those lights that go on their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like spelunking.
Spelunking. Oh my, this is getting ridiculous.
It's like the descent there.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a... I feel like you should go to a woman, though.
I've had gynecologists that are men and women.
And you like the guy one better, huh?
Whoever. It's not like it. I don't really have any attachment to them either way. They just examine me and that's it. We don't get beers after.
Huh.
Or before.
Kind of like a prize fighter. They always examine prize fighters.
It would be weird to just be like a gynecologist and just look at vaginas all day.
All day. And then you go back and you have your wife and your family and you're like, how was your day? And you're like, I can't tell you.
To be like a wife of somebody who literally looks at other vaginas all day.
Especially since some of them, just by the numbers, are fucked up.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, real grotesque stuff, you see.
Yeah.
That's why you go there,
Well, yeah. No one ever goes in when they're feeling strong and happy.
Well, you got the annual, but then you also have the people who make appointments for reasons.
Yeah.
And it's an incredibly emotional situation. You don't want to be the guy to be like, look, you do have the thing. And I'm sure there have to be like psychiatrists too, because like say you're a married woman with a husband, you go something's going on with your pussy, you get there, turns out you have herpes, haven't slept with anyone, your husband in 20 years. That's an emotional situation.
Well, what would
There was
happen?
probably some cheating going on.
Oh.
So then the gynecologist also has to be a sort of therapist.
And maybe the gynecologist has herpes.
I mean,
You're
maybe.
cheating on your husband with the gyno. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, if I had a wife and she's going to a male gynecologist, I'd be like, we'll just fuck the guy. I mean, right? You're showing him the most intimate, parts of your body.
It's a doctor.
And I just feel like I would be uncomfortable if I had a wife and we're serious, we're in love.
We're serious.
And then she's going to this male gynecologist and she's loving every minute of it. And she's coming back and talking about how great it was. I have sex with the guy then.
I've never come back from the gynecologist talking about how
What a
good-
trip.
That
What a
sounds
trip.
like
What a
now,
time.
Your situation, I would definitely understand the situation you just described to me, where she went to the male gynecologist and she came back
Doesn't
and
seem
quote,
right to me.
quote would not stop talking.
She loves it.
About
I'm sitting here
how
like, what the
great
heck?
It was.
What if I did? I'll check it out. I'll let you know if you're healthy. But no, she demands to go to a doctor because I'm not good enough. I'm not a doctor.
I think we're about an hour, right? Someone just popped their head in. I think we're.
No, that's just someone looking for a place to meet because we have 5,000 people here today.
Yeah, this is crazy. What's going on?
No idea. No one tells me anything.
No one tells me.
I didn't know you had a show until moments before.
This is crazy.
It's just because he's a doctor. It's just because he's a doctor. That's the only reason she wants to see him.
We have Google.
Yeah.
Compare yours to the pictures. Get a flashlight.
Oh my God! I'll set the whole bathroom up like a damn dentist office. Whatever doctors use.
Dentists are different.
Oh.
Maybe.
Dentists are. What have you got? One-stop shop. Dentist, you get your teeth cleaned while.
Yeah, you're already laying back.
It's ridiculous.
That would be great if there was a place you get all your stuff done at once. Like while they're cleaning your
Like a
teeth,
Jiffy
someone
Lube.
else could be giving
Yeah.
you your pap smear, and someone else, and someone else could be doing your highlights.
Yeah.
And you could get it all done at once. Someone else could be fixing your iPhone battery, and you walk out and you skip out of there and you're done.
I think that would be absolutely wonderful.
I think it's the future.
I think it should be the future.
It could
It's
just be called appointment center.
It's like Idiocracy when there's just one store.
Yeah. I like that.
And
Yeah.
that's definitely going to happen very soon because of the raising of the minimum wage. But we're not going to talk about that now.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna be robotized.
Yep.
Ben,
Automated gynecologists. I'm calling for it.
yeah.
And next thing you know, she comes back and she's in love with that robot. And then you have to deal with the whole robot situation.
Yeah, would never want to have sex with a robot because the most
Why
fun
not?
about sex is the manipulation.
You're a sociopath. You're a straight up sociopath.
I was just making a joke.
No, your eyes don't say joke.
I don't really feel that way at all.
Yeah, sociopaths don't have feelings, so of course
I
you
have
don't.
feelings. I have a lot of them.
Yeah, but she has too many and enough to make her a sociopath.
I think it's time to wrap up.
You seem pretty uncomfortable talking about you being a sociopath.
I'm
Isn't that
not.
interesting? We have to. I was just starting my new show here at Barstool called the Ben Kissel Show. And Kat, you're my first guest. This episode's called Kat Sociopath.
The internet wants to know.
I like her feet.
Yeah, that's what they really want to know. My feet
That's
look
the
like.
internet. The internet is literally I like her feet.
Yeah,
That's
they're
the whole
great.
thing.
They weigh in on it all. It's great. But, Ben, this is gonna come out on Monday. What do you got going on? You want to promote anything? You want?
I don't. I really don't. I want to promote nothing. We do the podcast. Check them out, Cave Comedy Radio, and we're in. Oh my goodness, we're traveling all over the place. So whatever, and doing Fox News, Red Eye on the 25th, and some other stuff.
Amazing. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening. I hope that you feel you've learned a lot and that this has been very good.